Have you ever wondered what might be hidden in the archives of our national parks? Stories and records that were never meant for public eyes. Today, we're looking into a piece of footage from 1961, a recording so unsettling that the rangers who shot it locked it away and never spoke of it again. It started as a routine survey. In the early 60s, park rangers often carried film cameras to document trail conditions, wildlife, and potential new routes for visitors. This particular day, a team was surveying a remote, restricted canyon inside a U.S. national park, an area that, even now, is largely off-limits to the public. The plan was simple: record the terrain, note any erosion, and map out a possible trail expansion. The footage begins normally enough. You can hear the ranger narrating, describing the rock formations and the sparse vegetation, but then something changes. His voice trails off. The confident narration stops. The camera continues to roll, capturing the silent, imposing walls of the canyon. Then the ranger filming steps out of frame, moving behind a large boulder. He's gone for several moments. The camera, left running, just records the empty landscape. When he returns, he doesn't say a word. He doesn't explain where he went or why he stopped talking. He simply picks up the camera and continues filming as if nothing happened. It was only later, back at the ranger station, that they saw it. While reviewing the tape, another ranger noticed something in the background, deep within the canyon's shadows. For just a few frames, a dark, vertical shape appears between two rock pillars. It doesn't move like any known animal. It's too tall, too still. It doesn't cast a discernible shadow, almost as if it's absorbing the light around it. And it's only there for a fraction of a second before vanishing completely. It wasn't a glitch in the film. It wasn't an animal. It was something else. This is where the story gets even stranger. The reaction from the Park Service wasn't one of scientific curiosity. It was one of immediate containment. The footage was flagged, pulled from the standard archives, and sealed. No official incident report was ever filed. No follow-up expedition was organized to investigate this strange shape. The tape was classified under an internal system so obscure that it no longer even exists. Only a handful of senior rangers were ever permitted to view it. Think about that for a moment. If it was just a shadow or a trick of the light, why go to such lengths to hide it? Why not simply dismiss it? The secrecy suggests they saw something they couldn't explain, and more importantly, something they didn't want anyone else to see. If you find these kinds of suppressed stories as fascinating as I do, consider subscribing. We're dedicated to digging up the records that were never meant to be found, and your support helps us bring them into the light. In the months following the incident, the park quietly altered its public maps. The proposed trail expansion through that canyon was canceled without explanation. New restrictions were put in place, and the official reason given to the public was simply geological instability. The area was deemed unsafe, and access has been heavily controlled ever since. The story of the strange footage and what it captured was buried along with the trail plans. For decades, the tape sat in a forgotten corner of the park's archives. It wasn't destroyed, just left to gather dust, a silent testament to an event that officially never happened. It might have been lost forever, if not for a digitization project years later. As archivists worked to preserve old records, a partial copy of the 1961 footage surfaced, but the copy itself is incomplete. The final seconds of the original recording are missing entirely, leaving a gap right where the most crucial part of the encounter might have been. To this day, there is no official acknowledgement of this recording. No ranger, active or retired, has ever gone on record to discuss it. The Park Service maintains its silence. The canyon remains restricted, and whatever that dark shape was, it was never filmed or reported again. So, What did they see? Skeptics would argue it was nothing more than a coincidence, a weird shadow, a piece of debris caught in the wind, or a flaw in the film itself. But then, why the secrecy? Why lock the footage away and change the maps? Others believe the Rangers captured something that doesn't belong in our world. A brief glimpse of something ancient and unknown that resides in the deep, untouched corners of our wilderness. The most telling detail might be the simplest one. The Rangers who filmed the footage never returned to that specific section of the canyon. Not for surveys, not for patrols, not for any reason. They actively avoided it. Whatever they saw that day was enough to keep them away for the rest of their careers. This is the kind of history that gets erased. A story that exists only in whispers and redacted files. If you want to continue exploring these hidden narratives with me, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. We uncover records that were meant to stay buried, and you won't want to miss what we find next. Thanks for watching.